Thanks so much for watching the Calvary Briefing. It is June 18th, 2020. And as we get together today, I wanted to let you know that Sue Trowbridge is joining me. And several weeks ago, we found an article that we thought was interesting. And the title of the article is, "I Didn't Know I Loved You Like This." And you might expect that it would be an introduction to some sort of a cheesy novel, but it actually isn't. It's written about the church. And I've asked Sue if she might read that for us for this episode of the briefing.
I didn't know I loved you like this. A lot of mornings, I grumbled before I saw you. It was a lot of work to get myself together, to get the rest of us together, to put things in order just to get to you. And when I saw you, I took you for granted, assuming that you would still be there when I was in a better mood, just as you always had been. Sometimes I picked at your insufficiencies, or I rolled my eyes at your weaknesses. You aren't like me. One day that's a balm, another day it's a struggle. But no matter how out of sorts I feel when I get to you, I'm always glad you showed up. Always glad I showed up. Always. I figured it would always be this way. This was just our life together. Was. I didn't know I loved you like this. But now I can't see you, save the moments your face is backlit and pixelated. Your voice cuts in and out depending on the connection. I squint hard. I listen hard. I smile hard. I cry hard. I wasn't prepared for how much I would miss you because truthfully, I never imagined a time in my life when I couldn't get to you, when you couldn't get to me. But here we are in our separate rooms with our separate loneliness, and I am surprised by the manner in which I miss you. Your voice makes me ache, and I long to see your face. I didn't know I loved you like this. We've had our fair share of arguments and arm's length distancing, but better to work through our issues together than to miss one another apart. Truly, we are better together. You show it now with your calls and texts, your letters and cards. And in your absence, my heart grows fonder. I didn't know just how interwoven your life was with mine. There's a hole, an empty seat, a vacant lot, a void that's only yours. I feel it more each day, and every day I am surprised by the depth of it all. I didn't know I loved you like this. I promise when I see you next that I will see you, really see you. I won't be afraid to tell you how much I love you because now I know that what gets me to you every week is what gets you to me every week. Love. It's what makes us who we are, or it will make us who we are. We're becoming who we are right now in this realization that what holds us together is stronger than either of us. It's Christ's love that binds us and makes us one, and nothing will truly separate us from that kind of love. Today, we love one another by giving each other space. I want you to be well. I know you want the same for me. But oh, for the day to touch and see without barriers and screens and masks and gaps between our bodies. Oh, church, I didn't know I loved you like this. Perhaps that is the gift of our isolation.
Thank you, Sue. And I know that you might not have been thinking about these kinds of things before this pandemic either, but we have all missed things about gathering together. And we wanted to remind you of the fact that many of us feel this way. But as we think about the future, we are trying on July 5th to have a limited gathering here at Calvary. And as we prepare to get back together, we wanted to let you know that we are in need of many volunteers. And these volunteers are going to be doing things that we haven't done before. And so if you feel that God might be leading you to help us out, we are going to need to be cleaning our facility in a different way than we've ever done before. We're going to need to be checking people in. We're going to need to be directing people without being too close to them. And so if you would be willing to be a part of helping us as a volunteer, we're going to be needing more volunteers than we have before, and we're going to need to be training them before July 5th in some of these areas. And so if you feel led by God, if you pray about it and feel that this is something God would have you to do, I would just encourage you to email the church office at calvary@calvaryefree.org, or call the church at 303-466-9750. We would just love to have all the volunteers that we need in order to open up, even in a limited way, July 5th and for some of the Sundays in July. In 1 Corinthians 12:27, Paul reminds us, "Now you are the body of Christ and individually members of it." That's you, Calvary Church. That's us.